Hey guys, and welcome back. So on the previous video we ended off with the clutch is frozen. When you push the clutch down, the clutch and pressure plate do not separate. They've just been stuck together for too long. So that's the thing, we gotta see if we can get that to free up. Yeah. This is literally from the last video, 30 seconds later. So it's the same day, same time, just totally different video. So where are we? We need to find that clutch. I guess if you shove you guys up in there, you might be able to. It is. Hold on, I'm getting a pointer. Just hold your horses. Alright, so that's the pressure plate, and that's the disc, and then a little further in is the flywheel. But that's what's stuck right there. So I'm going to try pushing, and I'm not going to get you guys up there because of the issue with the camera. But you can see the forks right there. Those are what push when I push the pedal down. I'm going to try blocking that pedal up so it's got constant pressure kind of coming back. And I'm just going to shove like a brass rod up in there on the pressure plate. Just kind of tap on it here and there, maybe spin it and tap on it a little bit and see if I can get that to go pop free. I think that would be our first good try, you know, without taking stuff apart. I might have got it. Tapping on the brass rod. I hit it, rotated the assembly, hit it like, you know, 3 different places. On the third location, I saw the 3 different pieces rotating, like that took the preload off of them. So I don't know if the pedal's still going to push down. There's a screwdriver under it holding it right now. I wouldn't say good. I was thinking the pedal was going to be more free than that. But they did move independent, so maybe we'll fire it up and see how it does again. I moved you guys to the other side just so I can kind of work the stuff over there without all of us trying to occupy the same space. It's a small garage. Power is still hooked to the coil. That's because I turned this off. So we just got to jump it. It should go. It is still in gear, which is good because I'm going to try, instead of jamming it into gear, see if we can get it to the wheels to stop with the clutch pushed in. What am I doing? That. Sneezed. Excuse me. There we go. Go try. First. Good. All gears. Come on over, check it out. You hear the clutch, the crap coming off on the rust. Watch. That's our shift pattern. First gear. Second. And third gear. Oh, there you go. Might actually be able to put up and down the driveway. So I'm happy with that. It's the mechanicals for the most part are working. The engine runs, operates, transmission works, operates, rear end does what it's supposed to be doing. So I'm gonna say probably the next thing is get it so maybe roll and stop. And I have 3 new tires that I have the correct rims in it. There they are. And get some good tires on them, get them sealed up, and hopefully get those on there. And possibly look into the brakes when we have the wheels off. I'm not quite sure how this thing operates. I saw it's got a one on the dry shaft. I don't know what it has on the outers. Anyway, getting ahead of ourselves. So we know everything's good. It's probably looking to getting some tires on it. What do you think? So I started changing the tires off the rims that were in the back, and I'm like, well, let me go look at the ones that I have, which is a pair of those, which are the right size, and then some like larger trailer tires, which are probably 2 inches taller than what was on there. But the bolt pattern is not the same, so we got to go with the original rims. So the thing is when you work with the smaller tires, you know, that kind of size, the smaller they are, the harder they are to get on and off the bead. A little 4-inch tire will kill you. Tractor tire is got plenty of room to work. So the battle plan was to go and take the old rims and put new tires on them. New tires are sitting on the bench right there. But when I started breaking the bead down on them and taking a look at them, I found that the rims themselves are pretty tough. There's a lot of rust flaking themselves off. I mean, they could probably be cleaned up there, but they're getting really thin in some places. So I decided to go look and see what else I had for other wheels and rims, the other ones that I brought in. Unfortunately, the lug pattern is not quite the same. So I was going to go to Tractor Supply, which is local, and I went through a couple of those plastic rings you see down there. Those are meant for checking wheel lug patterns. Essentially, you can kind of put it over whatever pattern you have, find out what they are, and try and go get another rim. This is a little off on this one. It's a metric, I think. So if you look at that one, it comes out to, was it 98 millimeter? But I have a feeling it's probably an American size, not a metric. And none of the rims I have fit that. So I went and I did an actual template, just tapping with a hammer to get my bolt pattern. And I was going to go, as I said, to Tractor Supply and see what they had for rims. But the big storm came through, like we were talking about in the other video, and took trees down on our road. We had power for the most of the time. We lost it for maybe an hour. But a lot of the main drag is still without power and will be for a little while. So to move forward, I think what we should probably do is see if we can re-drill maybe these rims, and we'll put them on there temporarily. And I want to come up with more like a mag wheel of sorts anyhow, just for the aesthetics of it. But I think we're going to go with those, and the pattern is wrong. It's smaller than what is there. And it looks like this has a hub that can come off, I think. I don't know if it's a hub that comes off or the axle slides out of it or what it does. So we're going to take this key off. We're going to get this off of there and see if we use this to transfer our marks, and we could drill the rims. So I got that nut is off the center. We need to give it a couple of taps. See if we can get that brake drum off of there. Okay, you can get behind it. I don't know if those are threaded. Might have to put a puller on it. Let's try it one more time. Seems like it wants to move, don't it? Try not to kill the threads. Let's try it on that side. I'm gonna see if we get a couple of bolts in there and see if it'll push itself off. If not, I guess we can put a puller on it. Just don't know what's on the other side of it yet, you know. All right, one with the puller. Figure maybe we'll hit it with the air gun too. Get it going the right way. They look pretty. It's got a gear on the end of it. I don't know if you guys can see it. I bet you that. I bet you that's what this cable is hanging right here. And I wonder if it had a speedometer. What else would go into it though? What's this? I don't see what the gear is driving. You know what I mean? Get out of there. Let's see, it looks like an area for a cable to kind of come in right there. Maybe not. I see the cable and the gear on there. What's that right there? Don't know. So I was able to tap the actual hub right off of there and get rid of the brake drum. So we're going to use that as our guide. And I built it up with tape so it's the same as the ID there. And I got a mark on roughly where the middle is. So we are going to go drop that in. And then right over the center of that. And you have a center punch. We're just going to go and tap them. You know, before we do that, just in case it rotates on us a little bit, let's put a little cheater mark on it. And we'll know if it rotates on me when I go to tap on it, you know. I think we're okay. Alright, we got 4 dots now. I'm going to come back and drill them out just enough so the lug nut kind of goes through, and then we'll tap the lug nuts back in this. Actually, I still have to do the other rim yet, so not yet. We'll drill both of them and kind of go from there. So I got the 2 rims drilled out. That's the pattern, and I just did it right to the where there's, you know, virtually no play from side to side, and then I kind of countersunk them a little bit for the crown of the nut to have something to start, you know, kind of guiding it, holding it to the center. If I find when I put that together, I got to open them up bigger, like what these guys are, then I will. But what was the factory ones? Factory ones don't look like they're all that big neither. A little sloppier. We'll see. I'd rather sneak up on that rather than just kind of going whole hog. So now I'm to the point where I figure I might as well look into the brakes. And I already took the brake shoes off. I started just seeing if the wheel cylinders would kind of move, and here's the outer plugs. You can see the rust that's on them. So I think what might be our best bet is to take these guys out on both sides, take the plunger and the spring out of the center, and I'll run a brake hone through that, maybe on both sides. But before I do that, I also want to pop the master cylinder cap off of there, and we'll see if that looks like a pile of rust inside there, or if that will push any fluid through. You push the pedal, it's got nothing, you know, so we'll see. That's the attempt that we're going to go try, and if that goes to fail, we'll do a shopping list tonight and see what I kind of find online for replacement parts. Let's see if we can push the rest of that stuff out of there. I have the brass rod here somewhere. Let's see if we can fluid in it, that's a good sign. The other side doesn't seem like it wants to turn. Let's see if we can get her. We are going to have to tap that direction. There it goes, now it broke free. Actually, I might as well just drive that one. Do I want to? I'm not gonna have much of a choice. Lose all the pieces. What we've got left, there should be still. Okay, watch where it goes. And then the other one. So clean that up on a wire wheel. We're going to run a hone through that. The one thing that was nice is when I took it off, I didn't see any leaking past the rubber boots. So do that, and we'll shine a light in there and see what the damage looks like. Hang on, Ripple. Blow it some air. Shine a light in there. So hit it with a rag, and I'll bring you over. We'll go take a peek. Right off the bat, though, I didn't see any heavy pitting. Which is a good sign. Let's go see. The best option is going to be probably this side. Still got some fluid in there. It's too much light for you guys. Well, it's got some pitting. I can see it. But we are going to move forward. I'm going to run that a little bit more through there and see what we get. You can't feel them, and the actual area that you're worried about is from right there to right there, and it moves probably about 1/4 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch is actually the actual travel. So pitting out where the barrels are, you know, where these guys are, that's not as much of a concern, because as long as you keep your brakes up and adjusted, the seal does not get up into the area that is pitted. That's my story anyway. So I took that cap off the master cylinder. And, you can see it's got case of the rusties a little bit on the bottom. It's more like a stainy kind of rust residue. So I'm going to try rinsing that out of there and kind of wiping out with a rag, blowing it out with an air gun. I'm actually going to use brake fluid too. I'm going to push use that to do the rinsing, and if anything gets down below, it shouldn't hurt it. We may come back and have to pull the master cylinder apart just like the wheel cylinder and go in there and hone it and clean it and get everything free, but I'm going to leave it in place for now, and just to see how it works. It's not really causing any extra work to be done, and if anything, it may be saving it. So that's my plan for now. It may change. So I washed it out and blew it out a couple of times, and it's pretty decent. You can see pretty much all raw metal on the bottom. You see a little bit of staining, a couple of rust stains, but I'm not going to get too concerned about that. So I think, and I did that with the brake pedal. There's a screwdriver going through a hole in the brake pedal, holding the brake pedal down, so the port is not open. But I figure what we'll do is we'll just throw a little bit in there. The back wheel cylinder is together, and we're just going to use it to flush through. I haven't pulled the other two wheels apart. The front wheel will have one, and then the I can't say driver's side or passenger side because you sit in the middle. So I'm gonna get the screwdriver out of there. I'm gonna go pump a few times and see if I can start getting any kind of resistance on the pedal. If that's the case, then that would be a good sign for being able to save it. You know what I mean? I've been pushing the pedal down, and it looks like it's I can actually kind of pump up a pedal. And you can see the return of the fluid when it pushes back from the wheel cylinders. So that's the air too in the system. So I think if we bleed it, we'll be okay. But again, I want this just to kind of be a rinse. But it does pump up a pedal, which is good. I wonder if I can reach out with my foot. Let it go. See if it'll spin. And I probably locked it right up. Nope. So it would actually have brakes right now, but maybe we'll leave that front alone for now. We'll just kind of deal with the back part of it and move forward. Again, we're just trying to get the yard drive at the moment. So what do I want to do? I think I'm going to go and put the brakes back together on this side. And I have to do a little bit of welding. When I pulled the brake shoes off, they're encapsulated in this like little cutout here in the middle. And what it did, the brake shoe was probably stuck to that brake drum. So when I pulled it off, it pulled it off of that tab, and the tab is broke away. So I'm going to bend that back into place, clean it up, put a couple of tacks on that. That should hold that. Shoes all cleaned up. Brake drum didn't actually look all that bad. It's rust and rot. You can still see shiny spots on it. So I'll clean that up a little bit too. And get that together and probably jump over the other side. Go from there. Well, I just got called in for dinner. But I'll show you what you got going on. I'll pick this video up probably tomorrow. So that's welded back on. That's the little tab where it busted off. And I said like the brake shoe was stuck to it when I pressed it off. The one dust boot is not going to make it back on. There's just not enough left of it to worry about trying. I will look at my stash real quick, see if I have something off, maybe off of VW I can shove on there. But that's all back together, and I just want to show the adjusters. They're just like cams that you rotate from the back, and then that moves the brake shoe out back in. So they're free, got them ready to rock and roll. Somebody was in here, they had never sees on the pivots, so it was taken care of. You know, again, being a municipality kind of vehicles, they usually maintenance on them is usually pretty good. They try to stay up on top of them. So what do I want to do? Pretty much about it. I'm gonna probably put the brake drum back on. I might leave it off for now, and then I'll do the other side tomorrow morning, but it should take half as long because now I know how everything works. You know how that works. And now we can get some wheels on this thing, bleed the brakes, and that'll be the third component of its maneuverability. And maybe we'll jump onto start and get some of the wiring down correct, so we can actually, like, you know, put a battery in it and start it with a key is what I'm thinking. So more than likely I'm going to continue this video from here if it's not the end of it, but hopefully it goes on. Alright, so it's the next day and we're back on this thing, and I think I want to jump on to bleeding the brakes. I was going to go pull the wheel off the other side and the front and go through them and kind of clean them all out. Unfortunately, like many things in life, a whole bunch of stuff decided to jump forward on the to-do list. So we're still going to try to get this thing so it's yard drivable, but you know, we'll have to bring her back in at a later date. It's going to stay at my yard, and we'll keep picking away at it, but I got to get caught up on some other things. So I put the hub back together. The gear that's on the inside of this, I don't quite know what that is for. I do not see anything that would be driven off of here. I first thought that this cable, which looks like a speedo cable, would have been the issue, but I see nothing for that to go into. And possibly maybe it is, you know, all three of the same drums. Maybe the front brake drum is like this and it uses the gear for something off of that. I just don't know. But we're going to move forward. We're going to get reinstalled, adjust the rear brakes. I may have them out too far now. Let's see how it goes. And it's a tapered shaft that is on that. And what did I have for an adjuster? That adjuster is out. Let's see it right now. I should be able to grab that with a pair of vice grips. Looks like none of that should be doing anything, should it? I got something snug. I'll work on that and bring you back. Alright. So I think those were new brakes that were put on there, and I had the adjusters backed off all the way, and it's still got a decent amount of drag to it. But we're going to move forward. You can turn it, but it ain't what it should be. And this should be very snug, according to how good my transfer was. There we go. No slopping those, huh? Let's try running them down with the gun. I got a very light lead with the taper. You guys see how these got the big taper. Small one on those. I ain't missing a leg nut. There it is. We're running around the yard and we finally loosen up. Opening them up a little bit, but I don't expect this to be the last rubbing on the drum. Might be. Alright, so the wheels are on, except for one problem. I had to go and put washers behind it because this part of the rim, right there, is hitting the brake drum when you suck it all the way in. So they are not going to work for a permanent solution either. They do turn, and should be good enough to kind of go putt around on, but not a permanent solution again. I think I'd like to do something kind of fancier with that. I keep playing with the idea of possibly doing a set of dualies or something, but again, we'll get across to that when the time comes. But I think we should be able to cobble enough together. We can kind of start it up. We got a brake pedal, we got a clutch pedal, and a gas pedal, and maybe putter her up and down the driveway. What do you think? We give her a shot. All right, well, we see we get her to fire back up again. Neutral might be a good thing. So we need power to the coil. It's gonna have to stay for a little bit, so I want to put it in a good spot, you know what I mean? How come I had it so good yesterday? Alright, let's go with that. And hopefully she'll be able to jump here and let her go. Turn the power on the jumper pack. Let it choke. Let's see if that works. Get rid of the choke. Let's give her a little gas. Let her warm up. Didn't like that. That's supposed to be my seat. I need a seat. Got a seat. Not like coffee. Going in. Now she's a runner. Needs a bunch of work, but does run. That's so bad when I take it down the road. A little outside view. Got the second. Not too good in the grass though. Let's say that. Well, we're aiming pretty good. Back wheels are holding up. They don't have much in the way of traction, especially on the grass, but that's okay. But I think the front one kind of gave up the ghost. She's looking a little on the lame side there. Don't think we're going to be able to get by with that one, but I have a feeling that rim, I shouldn't say it, that rim may be in better condition. But we'll work on that, and again build the shopping list as far as some of the stuff that we need and chase it down. But we'll be back on it soon. And with that, guys, I think we're going to wrap this one up right here. I want to thank you all for coming and watching, commenting, subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.